Hello, my name is Andrew. I am engaged in the research in the field of palmistry since 2002. I create training programs on chiromancy, I do translations from ancient texts on this theme, and I give personal consultations. In a series of video presentations I suppose to do my analysis of hands of some well-known people. Today I will present my analysis of a hand of Michael Jackson. The hand of Michael Jackson belongs to fiery type as the length of palm or longer than the length of fingers. Fingers equal and without nodosity that is peculiar to creative people. Such people do not like to press in long analytical reasonings and act obeying a sensual impulse, relying on intuition more. The deep and long heart line almost reaches the forefinger basis. It is a bright indicator of idealism in love. As a rule it is very difficult for such person to find a suitable partner in marriage, because he makes very high demands to her. Such people often have late marriage and, as a rule, suffer collapse of ideals because of discrepancy of own expectations and the real person. The headline goes near to the lifeline throughout a long time. That speaks about strong influence and guardianship from outside relatives in the childhood. This line, reaching fate line, sharply directs downwards, falling on the hill of moon. Such combination says that Michael's circumstances of life resulted strong changes of mentality. Also it specifies inchangeability of mood and depressions. Also on his hand there is a second headline that is meeting seldom enough. It goes irrespective of a lifeline. This line appears on the hand when a person who is closed and not so self-assured should incur a burden of popularity and glory, should often appear on public. The second headline appears on the hand approximately after 18 years. Both headlines go to the hill of moon, strengthening such qualities as imagination and figurative thinking. 2 or 3 headlines specify strong charisma of the person, on abilities to draw attention and love of other people. Also it is a sign of magnetic and hypnotic qualities. On hands of many strong mystics and magicians often there is a second headline. It also is an indicator of unconditional and blind belief in the idol. Making the ceremony, the magician tries to achieve the unconditional control over people, and there is a second headline if on his hand, then it turns out especially easy. Michael Jackson's dance was anything other than a certain form of the magic ritual comprising force of hypnotic influence. Accurate lifeline, falling to the palm basis, it is crossed by a line of Mercury. The line of Mercury in a combination to a lifeline specifies in a weak health and strengthening of any delicacies of health noted by other lines. On Jackson's hand there is also one more line which also could be named a lifeline. It begins in a place where the basic lifeline begins and goes directly on the hill of sun that specifies in dizzy glory. The line of Mercury more low is again crossed by other line. This line also could be named a line of health. As a rule this line appears on the hand when the human body is filled with many substances, as consequence of the long use of chemical preparations. It can be a different food additives, alcohol and drugs. Such line, appearing on a hand, signals that time to clean an organism off from chemicals has come. When the line of Mercury reaches the bases under the little finger, it specifies that the person lives in a mode of extreme mental pressure. In parallel the lifeline other lines can be seen which has to be considered as supporting that, on what the lifeline specifies. It is first of all lines of near relations. Here a line of mother can be distinctly seen. The fate line rises upwards on the center of a palm, and it shows that Michael should be achieving all in a life by himself, leaning against the talent, the energy, the ambitions. The fate line reaches the heart line and further does not go. Such stop specifies that in private life he could not realize himself completely, that could serve internal conflicts. It can be seen how the fate line attached with the line of travel. At such combination the person should live a life and journey. Now we'll pay attention to the sun line. This line originates on the hill of Venus that specifies in the help from outside relatives, and then, reaching the palm middle, this line goes upwards. It specifies in popularity and glory. The cross, which concerns a line of the sun and a heart line, says that the person will cast into scandal stories of private life. The sun line is a little displaced by a heart line that specifies a known influence of a person on the good luck. This line is crossed with other line which goes from the little finger, that is an indicator of scandals on sexual basis. The line of Mercury connected with the hill of Venus is an indicator of passion, sexuality and easy excitability. The point of intersection of this line with a lifeline specifies in the hazardous period to health, which corresponds to the time of his death, and the line of poison being nearby specifies in the reason. On a hill of Jupiter there is such a favorable mark as the ring of Solomon. Line of efforts rests against this ring. Also there is a triangle. All these signs are specified that the person will achieve in his life all and completely realizes the ambit.